Opinions on horse meat. Is it good? Go well with mustard or sauerkraut? Just ask the Swedish. In one of my earlier Golden Horde streams, they were eating salted horse for generations to come. Millions of dead horses to about hundreds of dead Swedes. Okay, this is nice. Get off of my newly conquered land. How's the repair works looking? Okay, it's just infrastructure getting fragged here, which is nice, because obviously we haven't been bombing the crap out of them. And the nuclear program is coming along a storm, 55% finished on it. Glorious. It's all I've ever wanted. So you guys are free to deploy right now. Not sure if that's the best use of my guys right now, since... oh, well, you know what the hell. I want you guys popping out right there. Clop. Get yourself another... another leader. Get him promoted. Who is he? You're Arya Syrup. Baldy. This is your line. This is your goal. Get to it and think about what you're doing. Supply isn't looking too bad. Could be better around here, but that applies more for the Japanese than it does for me. Oh, it must really suck to be you. And forgive me if I'm incorrect, but that's a coastal fort. It's only a level 1 regular fort. Yep. Oh, these guys are so dead. They are so dead. Oh yeah, please, please try to break out from that situation. I will take your coast, and you will be the one in a bad spot. Right, the time has finally come. I'm taking this. Stacking penalty, I don't care. There should be plenty of, yeah, plenty of combat width for us to use since we attack from so many directions. We'll get it taken. Alright, you finally realised what a terrible decision that was. Take it down. So you guys are apparently scared. You think the enemy is too numerous and too scary. Well, that's exactly why we have loads of Prussian ponies who are still marching over here. Why? What orders have I given them that make them think that's a good idea? I think once this has fallen, which is momentarily, I'm going to strip these guys from all that command, throw them over here, and give them something new to do. That is to say, start up here, conquer down to here, and see how it works for you. I also miss you being yellowish, so you can be that again, please. And just do it as soon as you want. Finally! Isn't that beautiful? The answer is yes. Aren't you guys meant to be attacking here? Oh, you're trying. You're just pretty garbage at everything you do. And once we have attacks coming in from the north, take the mountains. Easier to take now than later. Yeah, once the northern forces start attacking proper, we'll bring in more from the south. Get some strategic bombing, because I do want those nukes to work for us. I'm going to have to build strategic bombers, granted, and we don't really have the anything for doing that. Ugh, it's ugly. So I'm going to have to find a way to get these resources. I don't like that. I'll probably... Damn, synthetic refineries got expensive. It's almost half as expensive to build as a nuclear reactor, and I like building my nuclear reactors. Hey-ho. Service by requirement still doing us fine. Export focus so-so. Total mobilization does tempt me, but I don't like the lack of recruitable population, so no thank you. None of this really looks useful to me. And I want all of you, well... War Industrials, Quartermaster General, Fascist Demagogue. Well, none of these other things would really help us. Sir Jindwr saying good evening, Jake and chat. Well, good evening. Damn right it's good evening. We're taking over. Beijing, you're ours now. What a difference it makes having actual air support. So often I play without it. What a mistake to make. Sadly, I won't be taking over any of these areas because there are no cities left for us to really take. The British have the ones that matter, sadly. You're going to need to help them out there. Okay, that's another way to think about things. You guys are moving in position, right? Could you do me a solid and move a lot faster at it? Just plow in. There is no point thinking twice about these things. Although honestly that Prussian pony stack is twice as large as it needs to be. I want to split off half of it, make it its own group. Give you yet another general. Drowning in those. Maybe grab a couple of you and stick you back there. And then what do we do with you? Times are busy here. So long. There we go. Get you actually strategically redeploying. Hang on. Yeah, I would have thought everybody would be strat redeploying, but maybe they're scared of the forces that they look at there. Just kind of being scared. I'm gonna have to start thinking about garrisoning. Whew. When I think back to starting this, I really didn't think things would go successfully at all, but no, the new Mongol Empire has this in the bag, in the body bag, given the numbers here. My little Mongolia, is this still your first shot, Jake? Of course it is. We get everything done in one shot around here. And this is no exception. If this guy wants to be cut off, then far be it from me to tell him not to. Oh, it's so nice getting all this manpower, even though, yeah, that looks like a whole lot of resistance. Maybe I should start thinking about how we treat these people. I mean, we need the manpower, let's just treat them gently. Even though deep down inside I want to crush all the Chinese. I also want it to grow not so quickly. But horses are good for another thing, and that's suppression. I wonder how the likes of Marco handle it when there's so much micro to be done. I'd just go mad. Got a whole bunch more Prussian ponies with no idea what to do, and oh boy. They are so close to being a colony, and I do not want that out of the Himalayan Empire. Does that mean I have to turn around and not use their units anymore? I don't really want to have to pull them back, but I think I will have to. It's a lot of units to pull back. Because, I mean, outside of them, I really don't have a lot. I have this 23 stack, I have this 4 stack, and I have a lot of my utterly useless units. Let's see, we have a whole bunch of supply up north. Just trying to think where supply is. Or I could use them for reducing resistance across the board. Okay, so I think I just need to grab all my Prussian super horses, throw them into one large group, because I don't want them breaking away. The manpower situation is the key to our strength here. Alright, really? 50 was all I made? No, these are my 50. 75 of these super Prussian ponies are what I made. Well, to that extent, I'm going to have them garrison then. Hopefully this does not backfire. Great. Just do everything for me, will you? As best you can. But I can't have them getting any more of this. Their war score contribution has affected this way too much. And whilst I try to crush it down with my continual focus, it's not quite enough. But that means I have very little left to actually do an offensive with here, so ho-hum. Okay, I know you guys are trying to tell me that this fight is suicide, but do it anyway. The downside is I think it's going to be handing this over to the Soviet Union, but what can you do? They're getting too much there. I think it's because they're still fighting. Of course, that's not exactly unexpected. The units I have here are garbage and are in no real shape to be fighting here. But I don't have fighting units. Alright, thankfully though, Bhutan are now the ones scraping the barrel. Unfortunately, they don't really have the units to be doing anything either. Keep them squeezed down, guys. Alright, maybe the problem is that I've given them garrison areas that they really shouldn't have because it involves enemy territory. I don't mind the ones to the south so much, but these northern ones perhaps not. It's a shame we don't really get our bonus from that continual focus on research anymore. But we have what we have, and that's almost jet fighters. Someday we'll have jet strap bombers too. Perhaps for now we should look into some better casts. So I can't think of many other better things to be researching. Well, better submarines, I guess. I mean, what else are we going to throw away with a do not engage command? Alright, go for it, guys. I mean, really go for it. Come on. The advantage is there for you to seize. Whew, damn, it's been a long fight today to take over China. But it looks pretty game, set, and match for us here. Provided our lovely little subject doesn't get too big for his breeks. It's kind of frustrating being at this point though, because I want to... of course we have a bit of backup here. If it can really be called that. Everything's been dealt with there. And I want these kind of useless guys to help out down in the south there. And then there's the red to the north. I'm really not pushing much up here. Maybe I should, but I feel like I have what I need. A bit more if we actually have a decent line stretching. Okay, well, you guys barely have anything to throw anymore. There used to be so many of you. Now you're mostly dead, and you guys have been without a plan for ages, aren't you? Well, have at. We can squish Manchukuo, and then there's only Korea to worry about. Jake the Rash is trying to send you equipment. You're right, I haven't been paying much attention there. Support equipment, absolutely please. British Rash want a non-aggression pact though, and that's not how we float. When it comes to equipment, we are so hemorrhaging support equipment here. And we are just not getting the resources that we need. I don't know how we're meant to. I guess conquering it is the easy answer there. But damn, we need aluminium. Stop gaining so much. Everything. This is the last battle in a while where you actually get anything. Oh, and I guess part of the problem is I haven't given you a commander at all. Let's take Pearl String, I think they're our best. I see the problem. Hold Crush. Actually, the problem is your horrific lack of org there. Whew. I don't think securing land like that is going to give them too much contribution to the war score, though. It may soon raise its autonomy. It needs only 9 more points. Ha! Not on my watch. And then again, it's almost 1 here, which is disgusting. guy's proving difficult to pop, so just keep your eye on him. Jake, could you show Europe? Certainly. Something that gets asked quite a bit, but I assure you Europe is barely changing here. Oh no, Free France has made one hell of a comeback. The Soviet Union will be severely weakened, which is exactly what we're going for, so our masterful plan is naturally working perfectly. I don't like that. I do not like the fact that moving away from a support attack is a retreat. But, hey, whatever gets those guys cut off. Yeah, these guys suck at fighting. I gave them a brilliant plan. It's just go in, attack these guys, but they seem to fail on that basic principle. We can just nail it down to Korea and only Korea that we have to worry about, then everything's fine. Guys, please, come on. Wow, okay. They must be confident in the amount of supplies they got there. I need more units of my own here. Either that or I make some more Bhutanese magic. Bhutan hasn't really been filling in the boots, but I can't really go with that. Don't I have Super Prussian ponies of my own? No, it's a Nepalese template. I just want to double check before I make one of these, because I need my own super good units, which is just this, even though I lack the support equipment. Alright then. I love building up these. It's a lot of fun. And it's a good thing I have all the army experience with which to do this. So there we go. Combat width 40, just as planned. So I need my own Super Prussian ponies here. Again, we'll give them the unicorn. Goodbye, manpower. I knew you well. 12 is fine. All these military factories not doing anything, but I don't have things to build right now. I guess I could make more support equipment, but I actually make less when I do that. Make less of everything. Oh, it's shameful. Look at that, I can set this up, but they actually make nothing. I mean, it's a logical change, but it still caught me by surprise. Oh boy, they are just asking to be invaded here. And I am asking to be counterattacked by forgetting to pause the game. Keep it moving. A740 says, oh god, I just realised it's actually a viable tactic to use puppets as a low manpower nation. Yeah, no kidding, it's what's kept us alive here as Mongolia, because our own recruitable population of 150k would not keep us afloat. In fact, so much of our army has just been the vast expanses of Himalayas with their 1.4 million recruitable. Thank you kindly. So one of the problems here is that Manchu region is not something that we're keeping under wraps. We are not so needed down in southern China anymore. So I'm happy to take, where are those planes at? Come on, vision, don't fail me now. You get over to, where do we have an airfield around here? There must be one around Beijing. And there was another airfield we were using around here, right? Come now, it didn't get capped, did it? Aha! I would also like you over at Beijing, which has a lowish capacity, so I'll get you over here instead. We're going to have you transfer to here. Should be fine. I mean, it's not like they dominate the skies here. No, not at all. Great. Just as planned. There can't be anything left of this tank, right? Okay. This has been exhausting, but it's good to know that we have done all this damage to Japan. This is going to be a pain to break through. I don't even know what I'm going to do about it. We keep them penned in for now, but I could see them just bringing in more units and making my life rather unpleasant. Unless, of course, I spring a whole bunch more of my super useless divisions here just to keep them really wrapped in. But I think what really will happen is that we're going to squeeze Manchukuo like a zit, take over Korea, and then we can bring down our regular Prussian, well, they're not Prussian, these are just Rainbow Raider 10s, bring them south, and then kick Japan out of China once and for all. Whew. What happened to the manpower? We invested it in some units that we're gonna have to use because we can't keep relying on our subject here. It's gonna take a lot for that autonomy to tick down. What I'm probably gonna do is establish some other little pets around here if and when we get Japan capitulated. That's a lot of ifing and whenning though. Times when you got to accept you are not going to win a battle even against some surrounded units, so let's not eat a river crossing penalty. Or let's just let them into our land, that's another idea. I'm happy to retreat if it cuts this guy off from supply. How you like that? I'm guessing not much. I just want these guys to charge in. There's so little left here. Jake, what's the name of your glorious faction? Well, it's a bit shameful to admit, but we're still in the Comintern. At least we're not the Soviet Union's puppet. But it's